Yes. Are you guys ready for the gig today? Yes?
Yeah.
It is fucking cold here in Chicago.
It is.
Thank you guys all for coming out. Ladies, would you like to have a seat?
Sure, thank you.
You're welcome.
We appreciate
You bitch. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's not waste any time. This shit is going to start real soon. Give it up for the lovely and talented Miss Aura Mayari.
Work,
What's
bitch.
up?
Yes.
How we doing, Roscoe's? Holy shit, it's been a long time since I've been back here. Oh shit.
Have a seat, lovely.
Where-
And make some noise for Rob. Wait, she's actually a little
not
late.
ready.
She'll be here in a minute, but give it up for
Shady.
Robin. She's a little tiny bit late. She'll be here in a second. But really quick, if you are watching us on YouTube, go ahead and click on that subscribe button if you haven't already done so. For everyone here, don't forget you can order cocktails, order food, and all that good stuff. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're about to have a good time, yes?
Oh, hell yeah. Period.
Did I miss anything, ladies?
That's all the notes.
That's it.
That's it?
Did you have a good week?
I did. Aura, are you excited, Aura? Tell me. Are you excited to be here?
I am very excited to be here. If you guys didn't know this, I'm actually originally from Chicago. And I've been looking forward to be here. It's literally my home to be here. I've been living in Nashville for about 2 years now. Yeah. Who's from Nashville? Hell yeah. Someone over there, one of them. Don't lie to me. It's okay. We don't need to flatter myself. But yeah, I'm really, really excited to be here. Thank you guys so much for being here.
Awesome. Well, we're excited to have you here. We're excited to watch you on our screen. You know how it works. Oh, we're on? Are we on? We're at 5 seconds and 5 seconds. Okay, well, you know how it works, girl.
Here
We're
we
going to get the
go.
dirt, get
I'm
the tea.
scared.
Don't be scared.
Don't be scared.
All right.
All right, let's give Robin a proper welcome. Make some noise for Robin.
Hello, hello. What's up, Chicago? I guess I gotta sing something now.
Yeah.
How are you, baby?
I'm good. This is my second time in Chicago. The first time was during market days, and I'm so excited. With this bitch, in secret. We didn't know each other then.
We weren't supposed to be hanging
The
out
weather's
after
a little
taping the show.
different from market
Oh,
days.
yeah.
Yeah, it's cold in Connecticut, but it is freezing up here, bitch. I'm glad I'm padded.
Well, we're super excited to have you both. Let's jump right into it. You know how it works. Let's talk about the mood after that lip sync and everything just went down. Sometimes we see that, everyone starts talking about who should have been in the bottom or who should have lip sync. What was that tone when you guys walk right back into the workroom?
I know for my team in general, we were all shocked that Selena was in the bottom to begin with. On our team, not that just because we know how to sew, like we thought we were gonna win, but everybody knew how to sew on our team. We didn't have to ask for help. We didn't need anything. And Selena's was the most ambitious of our looks, so we all thought that hers, thank you, baby, was going to be like the one in the top. So us, first of all, having her in the bottom was a shock to begin with. But it was a moment in time, Diva.
I mean, I feel like we knew from the get-go that Amethyst was truly struggling during that challenge. I'm not trying to be. I thought someone was laughing at me. I'm not trying to be shady. No, but she did say that she does not know how to use a sewing machine, and it did tell her, I'm like, girl, you never like touched one before. And this bitch said, I told that bitch to take one of my sewing machines because I have two. And she never picked it up.
So I had just bought a new sewing machine because I'm like, oh my gosh, I might have to make stuff for the show just in case. I want a good one. So I had an extra one, and I called Amethyst. I'm like, hey, bitch, if you want to practice on the sewing machine, I got an old one right here. It's still at my house.
Okay. So we had some sewing, some acting. How excited or eager were y'all to finally do a dance challenge?
Oh my god, I was so excited for that day. It was the longest motherfucking day of our lives. That was the longest day, but I was so looking forward to it. As I said before, I'm not really funny. I'm not a comedy queen. I'm not witty. I told the girls this, like probably our second week, that I felt very insecure with everybody around me that are just really fast and very witty and bantering back and forth, and I'm just sitting there and I don't know what to say. And I'm just like, I'm pretty. Was that funny? I'm pretty. And that whole time, I'm like, say something. And they're just going back and forth. I'm like, Snatch game is next. I'm terrified. But yeah. So yeah, definitely this week, I was really looking forward to it. I don't know if I did well, but I was very looking forward to it.
Robin, for you?
I was excited to do it. I'm not a choreographed dancer, so I was a little bit nervous about picking that up quickly, and I wanted it to, one, look good, but also be clean and not like look like it's all over the place. But I was definitely excited to do it and then be able to potentially sing or not sing, because that's something that I do on an everyday.
Okay. Love that. So your group was very smart when it came to choose. Well, we'll see. Let's get right back to it.
All right.
Girls getting catty, bitch. Here we go.
I love it.
Well.
Okay. So last week, we had some guests. We talked about things being a little orchestrated at times. Yeah. And we want to know, is your experience true to what we just saw? Was it that bad? Was it worse? Was it better? Elaborate.
Well, first, I'm sorry to the DMX of drag, Jax, that I wasn't singing fast enough. But what I will say, for my team, I was the last person to record on our team, and everybody else had gotten the chance to listen to the track before they actually record it and go through it. And when I sing, that's why I wanted to review it, that was at the producer person for not letting me actually, not the producer of the show, the blonde man. What's his name?
She don't even know his name. I live. She's like, girl, fuck him.
Yeah, that one.
That one.
Sorry to that man.
He clearly didn't give you good feedback.
I wanted to review it so I can go over it. And when I wasn't singing fast enough, it's because we have a short amount of time to write our lyrics, and that's what my time went to, not learning the chorus. I was ready to do like little granny old lady ad-libs, but then they wanted me to sing, and I did not learn the chorus. So how are you going to sing something you don't know?
Yeah.
How long did you guys have to do this challenge?
1 minute. No, not 1 minute, but it did feel like 1 minute. It feels like, it looks like...
Or I'm going to need you to tell the truth here tonight.
I can't. I have to lie, but yes, it was very short. It felt like 1 minute. They're about to call my ass tonight.
Listen, that's fine. We're good.
No, but what you guys see on TV, it looks like we had so much time preparing for all these things, but we literally do get just a few minutes. And then what you see when we're trying to record, our song, you know it, right? When you're trying to record the songs, that's literally our first time doing it. We couldn't even rehearse it with the music. That's basically the first time with us like singing it and doing it with the music all together. That's why you'll see a lot of struggles on screen, but for sure.
What about the choosing? Was it really like, how long did that go, deciding who was gonna get medal and who was gonna get what? Did that go for a long time?
It felt like it did, but it was maybe like 10 minutes.
Yeah. That's still a long time.
It's
back
a
and
long
forth.
time,
Yeah.
but I was
Robin, how's the chicken? Is
Oh,
the chicken
baby.
good?
The chicken is why I came here.
Okay.
very excited for that.
All right.
I love the viewing party, but I came for the chicken, bitch.
But no, it was exactly how we
And
saw.
also, the chicken is good. The chicken is... YouTube land, the chicken is delicious, okay? Nice and crispy. We got ketchup and mustard just for the chicken, bitch.
We planned this out, actually.
Okay, so we've been seeing that there's not a lot that's being showed.
Yeah.
Do you guys feel that you guys have been shorted this season by not having your season being shown?
Absolutely.
I mean, it's 30 minutes, but it is a lot of content for us, I feel.
From the very beginning, there's just been so many stories that weren't told, and if we were told, you guys would understand a lot of the things that we're saying or things that are happening in the show. But yeah, I don't want to say anything because I'm going to get in trouble, but no, because there was a lot of choices that I did make for just runways, for a talent show and stuff like that, and I did share my stories and didn't end up on screen.
We do want to
So-
talk about your talent show, though.
Yes,
at some
we
point.
can talk about
We do
that.
wanna-
Yes, yes.
I don't know how much time we have before going right back in. We have like 10 seconds, so let's not jump into it right now. But we do want to know about stuff like that. But don't worry, like I told all the other girls, you are always welcome to share how you felt and your opinion on things. that does not cover the NDA. You'll be fine.
Megan Salter is an American comedian and actress.
Y'all were thinking it. Y'all were thinking it.
I was just doing what
You
y'all needed. I
are
did what needed to be
so-
done.
You're so fucking
Thank you.
shady.
Thank you.
I thought the
I
same
will
thing.
say, I loved her, but I had no clue who she was. But then I remembered that I knew her from Hacks, not from the high gay thing.
That's fucking
I
hilarious.
said, Siri, who is Megan? And she let me have it.
The shade. Okay, so we're gonna get into what's going on right now, but let's talk about what's going on right now. Let's talk about you guys are doing the choreography, and you got the peanut gallery over there making comments, right? Okay, do you feel that affected your group in any way?
No, honestly, we were not paying attention to what they were saying. It's hard to be the first group to rehearse while being watched by the rest of the other groups. I think the struggle of our team is, like I said, we're all amazing individual performers, but as a group, none of us are choreographers, and some of us may be rhythmically challenged. So it makes it hard to try to plan something, and the girls had nominated Jax as our choreographer.
She jumps ropes with her hair.
Jax is a gymnast.
Why you sound mad, Robin?
I'm not mad.
You
Do
said
I look mad
gymnast.
to you?
Well, what I remember was...
You said gymnast, not choreographer?
So basically what Robin is saying is Jax is not a dancer, she just flips.
That's
Well,
what
I didn't say
Baby,
that. That's
that
what
is
you
what
said.
this
That's what I
bitch
heard.
said.
I didn't say that. I just said it
Don't
right
be
now.
putting words in my mouth, bitch. That's my friend.
You're besties. I know you're besties.
Robin,
But
as
that's
the
what you
first
said.
group, though, did y'all withhold some of your choreography so they didn't take any ideas?
No, we had no choreography.
Which can be good because sometimes if it's too overproduced, it just there's absolutely no content. So.
Like, you really don't have time to choreograph it. They just literally put us out there and say, make something in 15 minutes and call it a day.
And I'm not necessarily a choreographer, but I do like dancing my numbers. So my main thing, if I question something, it was we need to make this clean, and what you presented or y'all presented wasn't clean to me. So that's why I'm saying something, because I don't want us to be in the bottom.
So with this challenge, I'm seeing. I mean, it's with the old factor. There's comedy, the acting, right? Then there's the writing, the music. Then there's executing those lyrics. This was a pretty challenging challenge here. Which one, like out of all of that, what did you struggle with the most?
I think for me it was writing the lyrics. Again, I was just trying to pull something out of my ass, trying to be something funny. And I'm not, again. So what I tried...
Just clarifying.
What I tried to do was just tell a story. You guys will hear the lyrics. It's not the funniest thing in the world. But we focused on facials.
Hold that thought, because we're gonna come right back to that.
She did. I was gonna say that. But first, before we start, I want to say, RuPaul, where is the show?
This is
Girl, the runway was like a snap, yeah?
That really?
Wow.
The runway was way
Bitch, I couldn't
too
even
quick.
write.
Way too quick, way too quick,
That's
way too
because-
quick.
It's like we spent so much time and money trying to put all these costumes together, and we're literally getting like 1 second on the runway. I don't think that's fair to us as artists, and the amount of stress that we went through just prepping for the show, and we're literally getting 2 seconds each. I don't think that's okay.
This was my most stressful runway, because this was the runway I was least looking forward to. No shade to anybody. Everybody's talented. But the look that the designer did, I hated. And the look that y'all saw... Why is that funny? I did.
She said, booyah!
And they know that. But I literally was in my hotel room readjusting every bit of that look. This was... I'll show y'all. This was the original look.
Show us. She got receipts.
Oh, word.
So when I say I was not looking forward to that, in the 2 days that we had was me in the hotel cutting that shit up to get what y'all saw.
So, yeah, what she got, it was very Wish app.
Naysha Lopez.
They done fucked her up.
Well, no.
And she turned it
Elliot
out, though.
Express.
For what they sent her, she fucking turned it out. Y'all can't see over there.
But it's cute,
wait, let us-
Robin. It's pretty.
But no, that is becoming the conversation now. It's like, I hate that y'all have to be the guinea pig season for whatever they're doing with the time constraints, but it's gonna not put, the contestants aren't gonna put as much effort into the runway because you get 1.5 seconds of
And it's
them.
also like I feel like nobody knows us yet. It's already like the 5th episode, is it? 4th, 5th episode, and I feel like I don't even know Robin watching the show.
Well,
You know
how
what I
come
mean?
we don't
I don't
know
even
you?
know myself watching the show. So you guys are missing out on a lot of really, really great stories that we're telling on the show, and this is what we're getting. Friends of WeHo.
Well, it's allegedly...
Wait, honestly, raise your
Now,
hand if you're
look.
watching the show.
Right. Well, this is the thing. Look,
I don't think they can stop what they're doing
Look.
and just not show the show and show more of this. Like, I don't
Look.
think that's how it works.
this is the
unfortunately.
thing. Look, there needs to be representation. Gay content for us is great content. But you don't take away from other content to make new content.
Yes.
And then you try to trick your audience. Oh, we're going to put it right here. You force
No
fed it
phones.
to an audience. You force fed it. And if we know any gay person on the face of the earth, if you try to force us to do anything, we will not watch. We won't do it.
And we will
won't
put
do it.
porn on your video content. Did you guys see that on Twitter? The comments on that.
Selena is queen of sending me shit that I don't want to see, and she sent me the link. She's like, look at the comments. And me, new to Twitter, I love going to the comments because it's usually hilarious, and then I just see a bunch of shit, literally. I'm like,
Look,
bitch, what the fuck did
I
you
looked
send
at it
me?
in public, and I was like,
I never open anything Selena sends me because it's always some wild shit.
she's nasty in a
Is there
good way.
anybody-
She's nasty.
We heard about the porn being passed around. The porn being passed around. Is there anybody else that's dirty on the cast?
I feel like we all are. Yeah. I feel
All
like
of
we
them?
all are.
All of them.
So there's a funny story. I didn't get the porn, but we did have YouTube. Do you guys know those Russian wrestlers that weigh themselves?
Was that your
You
porn?
know it! That was my
That
porn,
was your
bitch.
porn?
and I'll tell you more about it.
Yes. Ow. Work.
All right. Now that was a critique.
You guys don't know how hard it was for me just being there and just getting there, the whole process. Thank you. My family's here, my mom, and my 2 sisters. Obviously, I was, from the very beginning, I was telling the girls, I went on the show for myself, but the biggest part of me doing the show was to make my family happy and give them something to celebrate. I talked about this the first episode. This is one of the stories that they haven't shown yet. I don't know if they are. But I lost my dad 2 years ago. He went through depression, and it was the most difficult time in my life. And it also, I was, I fell in a sinkhole, you guys. I lost myself. I quit drag. That's why I quit drag here in Chicago, because I just couldn't find. Sure, yeah, please do so. I just couldn't find motivation to do anything. And then the pandemic happened, which made it worse. But then, yeah, so coming into the show, I just really wanted to do something for my family. And also, obviously, share myself and share my talents to the world and share my stories, because mental health is something we should talk about. It's something that we don't really talk about. A lot of people are very embarrassed to share that they're going through something, that they're depressed, that they're having these issues. It doesn't mean that you guys are weak people. It just means that you guys are human beings that feel something. We all have feelings. We all have emotions. Sorry, I'm ESL. I'm stumbling in my words. English is not my first language. But, stop it. All the Filipinos over there, I get her, I relate. No, but again, hearing those words, I just felt so incredibly happy, because that whole time we were taping, I was literally doubting myself. I was very scared every day. I was shaking boots. I was pissing myself. I smoked 2 packs of cigarettes a day. And I really did. And I quit 2 months before I went to the show, but then the prep happened. I started smoking again, and then I kept smoking.
This bitch came back smelling like a whole factory.
Well,
But yeah.
Aura,
Yeah.
really quick, I do want to say, I can't speak for your family, but I can speak for your chosen family. And your chosen family has celebrated you, not only since you got on that show, but when you were here in Chicago. You've always been an amazing entertainer. So please understand that you might not see it all the time, but every time you were on that screen and the announcement was made, everyone here was celebrating you. We were so excited to have you. Understand that, please. We're so happy for you, and congratulations.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you.
And bitch, even though like I was,
We will come back to that.
Welcome to Roscoe's. Give it up one more time for Robin Fias.
Come on, chicken.
Yeah, Robin, yeah.
give it up for DJ Aura Mayari.
What's up, what's up, what's up? If it's your fucking birthday, make some fucking noise.
All right, let's talk about. We had Robin. It's just you three, and they're about to call who's the last one safe and who are the 2 in the bottom. At that point, were you like, I think I'm gonna lip sync? Like, what was going through your mind?
I think it could have been literally any 3 of us. I am not delusional in the sense where I thought that we did stellar. I think that while I was on Drag Race, no one did bad, someone just did better, and I think it was very much that. I acknowledge the fact that the other 2 teams did better as a whole than our team. And even in my deliberation, getting... knowing that I was in the bottom, I was still proud of this bitch for being in the top. Because that's when we first started talking and shit on the show. So I live for this bitch.
We started building that relationship when you were leaving.
Yeah.
5 weeks later.
Right.
Now, take winning out of it, both of you. Do you feel like getting on Drag Race, you accomplished what you set out to do?
I think that I'm still accomplishing what I'm setting out to do. I don't think just because I went home that it's the end of my journey. At the end of the day, as y'all saw, I am a performer. So I'm just happy to be out here and performing for the people and meeting the people and having y'all actually get to know me, actually getting to know me as opposed to y'all watching me have conversations but not seeing me have conversations with other people on the show. But I still, at the end of the day, had an amazing time. It was stressful, yes, but I'm very thankful for my Drag Race journey.
Was there anything that you would have changed?
I would have allowed myself to get comfortable sooner. I think I was still warming up the whole time that I was there, and by the time I was ready to win and flourish, I got cut short. I think my Drag Race journey was me trying to stay, not me trying to win, which is different. And I know that now, and I'm able to use that in other aspects. So, yeah, it was still a growing experience. So.
Absolutely, absolutely. Aura, let me ask you, so they say, Sasha Colby, you are safe. At that point, are you like, oh, I won this shit, bitch. I know I did. Like, when did that, like, did it register beforehand?
No, it didn't, because we really didn't see any of the other performances. This is actually our first time watching also the other groups. So I know that Mistress also got good critiques. So it was either one of us, but at that time I was looking at my outfit. Just kidding.
No, Aura's outfit was one of my favorite looks. And also,
No.
I love Jax's, honestly, I did.
You like what?
I loved yours and Jax's look.
Oh
Those
yeah,
are my
thank
favorite.
you. No, I didn't really know until RuPaul did announce that I was the winner. And I was very happy. Very, very happy.
So, now let's go back a few weeks, shall we?
Yeah. Bow,
Okay.
chicka, bow, wow, 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 wow.
So basically, right now we're gonna just have a chat. Then we'll cut to some Q&A in a little while, and then we'll go right back into the show and watch Untucked. So at this point, let's go back a little bit, a few weeks. Both of you, I want to know what inspired your entrance looks and what made you decide on your talents. Okay. So let's start with the entrance looks.
Yeah, my entrance look. My signature drag hair color is gray. So definitely I wanted to showcase that from the very beginning. I wanted to make that a point that I wear gray hair. And then secondly, my outfit, I wanted something very edgy, very... Okay, so back in Nashville, you guys, I get made fun of by the girls for being a little butch. It's weird that I'm being made fun of for being butch. They always make me flex on stage during brunch, and it's so weird and embarrassing. But I brought it to the show. But so I wanted to showcase something that is a little bit more masculine. That's why I had that oversized coat. I wanted something that's very overdramatic on the shoulders. And I feel like my drag is very like dominatrix and a lot of like vinyl. And my favorite color is black, so I wear a lot of black. But talent show, or should we...
Now let me hear about your entrance look, and then we'll get into talent show.
I wanted me on Drag Race to be the evolved version that I already knew of myself. And before the pandemic, I went to the Nubia tour show that was in Brooklyn. That was the last show that I went to. And I wore a look that was like the baby Pokemon version of the look that I wore. And I also, it was important for me to do different shades of brown, even though like I didn't talk about it on the show, but for me personally, I wanted to show all the different shades of black girl nude, and that was like my outfit. From the buttons on my shirt is at the darkest tone to the lightest tone of me on the look, and of course there's other shades as well, but that was kind of the inspiration of my look for me, which was more of to make me comfortable and feel powerful for myself.
And then tell me about your talent show and what motivated you to go in that direction.
For me, my family's from Brooklyn, and that kind of hip-hop vibe is something that I did grow up with hearing. And even the rap aside, I feel like the beat of the song was something that I would perform in general. So I wanted to make sure that at the end of the day, even though this was something that was getting judged, that I had fun while I was doing it, because I figured that, hey, this is the biggest drag stage in the world. I would be maybe a little bit nervous. So I didn't have a bunch of props. I didn't choreograph anything. I literally just said, hit play, put fucking Robin in big letters on the stage, and let me do whatever the fuck that I do, and just let go and have fun and have a good time. And the song is cunt.
And you look stunning.
Tell us about your talent, Aura.
Well, it's still being talked about today. No one can seem to get over it. And I can't get over it either. No, but it's a little story, short story. A month before I went on Drag Race, I had slipped on stage at a play dance bar in Nashville, and I was sent to the hospital in the ER. I was carried out of the bar. I couldn't walk for a whole month. And then I got the call. And I didn't want to say that on the phone, that, hey, I'm actually injured. What should I do? And so I thought to myself, I can't tell them that, and they're probably going to cast me for next year, and I don't want to do that. I got to go now. And so when I found out that we were going to do a talent show, my first initial idea was do a skit, like a workout routine that's kind of funny. So I prepped for it, wrote some jokes, did it in front of my fiance, who is here today. I worked on it for a whole week, and then he told me, why are you doing a comedy skit? You're not a comedian. And I told him, babe, listen to my skit. Let me show you. I literally went, welcome to Aura's Gun. And he said, absolutely not. You are not gonna go on Drag Race. And the first challenge is a talent show, and that's what you're gonna show to people. And I told him, babe, I'm not gonna dance. I can't dance. I'm scared that I'm gonna like slip and like hurt myself even more, because it was still very fresh, and it was still healing. But he persuaded me to do a dance, and I looked at the list of songs that they sent us, and I said, oh, this is something I'm familiar with. I don't listen to like Blackpink really, but I was like, I've heard this song before. It's sickening. So I chose it, and this is, by this point, we have 3 days left before we had to fly to LA. So I contacted my friend who does choreography, told him, hey, can you help me out with this choreography? He did it in 1 day, sent me a video, and I practiced it. And shoes, I know people were talking about the flat shoes. That's the reason why. And I don't want to talk about it online because I know people are going to be like, stop making excuses. Yeah, I watched it, and I did say, this is my face the whole entire time I was watching it.
Maybe I'm biased, but I still think it was good.
I was living. And I thought I was kind of cute. I didn't think it was the best thing ever, but I thought, okay, I was giving energy. That's fine. I'm gonna be safe. But then when we watched it the very first time, the reaction that I was getting from people in general on Twitter, on Instagram, I was like, holy shit, y'all are mean. Y'all are really mean. But it is how it is. Or it is what it is. How it is
work.
Or what it is.
It both work.
It's
You
kind of
got
nice.
it, girl.
I do have to say that, I mean, it is good to hear, though. I know that you don't want to use online as a tool, but you can. You don't ever let anything stomp on your voice. Yeah. If you want to fucking tell people online what the fuck happened, you tell people what the fuck happened.
That's the place to tell them.
It is the place to tell them. If these little fuckers get online to tell us how hideous and untalented we are, then I can tell you what the fuck happened that day. Period. So I wish you would have even spoke up even sooner. But it is good to hear that there is a backstory to it because so many people are so quick to jump and make conclusions and say this and that and blah,
And
blah.
it's still not an excuse. It wasn't the best thing ever, and I do agree. I'm not going to be delusional and say, I was so fucking sickening, I should have won. No, yes, it was all right. It was all right.
But also, it's sometimes kind of hard to be like, okay, I should speak up now. I think people think just because we are on MTV, we automatically know how to be these public figures, when only it's February. It's been a month that we've been public figures.
And the thing is, I also talked about this on the show while doing makeup and also in confessionals. NDA, fuck. But that's why I was waiting. I was like, maybe they'll say it. Maybe they'll share that story, but they didn't. So, and I called her ass, and I was like, should I just explain why I chose that talent or whatever? She's like, no, you don't really need to share anything to people. Like, you don't owe anybody any explanation.
Very true.
So, but yeah, sometimes when you are getting beaten to death, let them know and let them know what's up.
Okay. Let them have it.
Well, y'all both made it through the talent show. And speaking of sharing stories, do y'all want to share how Snatch Game was for both of us? Because Robin, you were safe, and or they were teetering with where they wanted to put you, Diva.
Honestly, my group was shocked that I was safe. Not because I did terrible, but when we did our, in the words of Lucy, in my opinion, we did a walkthrough. They didn't have confidence in me, like, at all. But the fact that I made it through, I was happy. And I actually literally just met Karen yesterday.
Yes, you did.
So
I was just gonna
bitch,
say.
I don't give a fuck if I was safe or I lost that day, bitch. I met my Snatch Game character, and she lived for what I did, and she was the kindest, warmest person. So, boom.
Yes. Well, for me, I just know that Bretman Rock was very happy with the performance.
Bretman blocked her.
Did he really?
No, he didn't.
Oh, I was like,
no, we
bitch.
follow
No,
each
no,
other.
no.
We follow each
That
other.
would be really good.
Ladies,
Good shade.
did you guys have backups?
Yes.
And if you did, what were they?
What was
My
it gonna
backup
be?
was Northwest. But in my opinion, I was told that I couldn't do that.
I didn't have a backup, and I told them it's either Bretman Rock or I'm gonna just lip sync for my life.
Okay. Or
I'm not even gonna show up in Snatch Game.
Do you remember how the walkthrough went for you? What is that? Do you remember how the walkthrough went for you when talking about Bretman with Rue?
RuPaul didn't know who Bretman Rock was, obviously, and that really terrified me because I knew that if she doesn't laugh, then it's over.
That's been a
Even
running
if you're
thing.
funny, and if she doesn't laugh, it's over. But I wasn't funny. She didn't laugh. It was almost over for me.
Did you consider changing it at that point? Like
I didn't have a backup. No, it's also I don't know how to explain this. As an Asian American who didn't grow up here, I don't know if you guys can hear how I speak.
You speak
Yeah.
beautifully.
Yeah, no,
you
no, no, no.
speak beautifully.
It's the way this bitch
You
speaks better
speak
English
this
than
is
I do, and
beautifully,
English
girl.
is my
This
first
is
language.
this is my insecurity. Is the way I talk and like how I see. I'm pausing because I don't know how to say things right. I know what to say, but it's not coming out right. But as an Asian American who feels that way and going on Snatch Game, it's one of the hardest things. It's already like trying to be American and also at the same time trying to be someone else on top of that. I knew going into Drag Race that I was going to struggle on Snatch Game. No matter how much I practiced, I just didn't have it. I just don't have it. So I was very terrified. I was nervous. I was having anxiety attacks before I even sat down. I was like, holy shit, this is it. And do you guys realize that when we sit on that panel, there's no music. It's so silent. It's so awkward.
The camera people can't even laugh because they'll fuck up the shot.
They laughed at one of the things that I said once, but
I think we got maybe 20, 25 minutes of Snatch Game. How long were y'all actually there?
I feel like it was about that time. It was true to how they showed. But also, can I say, I posted on Twitter. But if you are ESL, don't be apologizing to bitches for attempting to understand. I have a lot of friends who are ESL.
The thing is, I've heard so many podcasts and reviews, and they say that I sound stupid and I sound weird without knowing my background. Because, I mean, they didn't really show it on TV when I talked about my family and where I came from. And I've heard so many podcasts saying that she's so cringe when she's talking, she sounds so dumb. And I was like, okay.
You know
Okay.
what sounds so cringe and so dumb and so stupid? For someone to make a comment like that, not knowing that you have a your first language is not English. So for people to just make these assumptions and speak like that, that's the dumb shit. You know what I mean? Like, just don't pay attention to
Bitch,
shit.
if I went to the Philippines right now, or my daughter Natalia Fierce is in the audience right now, if I went to Puerto Rico and tried to live my life there, bitch, I wouldn't know what the fuck is going on because I don't know how to learn a fucking language. Y'all are over here in America speaking English and shit, no matter how good or bad it is, and making it work, bitch. So, work.
It's a work in progress. I'm still working on it. And yeah, honestly.
Well,
it
just
is.
give
It is an
yourself
insecurity.
a little more credit because you are beautiful. No matter what anybody says, and we love you down, bitch.
I love you
Also-
guys. Thank you.
Also, I mean, look how unique this is. How many people in the audience have an accent? Raise your hand. How many people in the audience don't have an accent?
You liar. You're
You see-
all from the
Do you get what
Midwest.
but do you get what I'm saying?
Y'all got
Do
an
you get what I'm
accent.
saying? What you have is something special. Embrace it. Period. Don't look at it as something that to hold you back from what it is that you need to do. Because listening to you, it almost sounded like you were already defeated before you went into it. You know what I mean? Did you feel that way?
Absolutely. Yeah. I don't know. I doubted myself a lot in the show, and that's one of the things that I regret a lot. After we taped the show, I literally had. I couldn't go to bed. I couldn't go to sleep. I was having anxiety just about thinking about the things that I did on the show and how I felt the whole time. I don't know if you guys can tell. I was nervous as hell, and I thought that was gonna be my edit, the girl that was shaking all the time. But my edit is a total cocky bitch.
They wanna blame it on the edit. You the one. No, I'm kidding.
No, I was really scared that I was gonna be a pheromone because I cried a lot. I thought I was gonna be someone who's like. Pan the camera to him. See, I'm funny.
Well,
He laughed.
speaking of things that we didn't get to see, we've asked all the girls, and I mean, you're not going to get in trouble for this. Obviously, the show has been cut extremely. We're missing a lot of things. So, is there anything that you can think of that you're like, man, this was such a good moment. I really loved when this happened. I wish they would have shown that, and they didn't. Is there anything that you can share with us that you can think of?
Yeah. First episode during when we were getting ready for the talent show, me and Sasha actually had a moment about our dads, because Sasha also had a father that also committed suicide. And we both shared our stories, and I'm really confused because that was a really good moment for the two of us. And I thought, well, I can't say stuff because I don't know what's going to happen next episode. But yeah, that moment for sure. And also when I talk to the girls about how I talk and how I share that with them, that I feel this type of way about myself, this, and this, and that. And honestly, a lot of stuff. You guys are missing the whole show.
I mean, also saying I am the ghost of the season, bitch. I am just the facial reaction of the season, which I live. Literally, before I was even casted, before I even auditioned, all my friends were like, bitch, you're gonna be the meme queen of the season because the way you react to things is literally hilarious. So they definitely use my reactions for everything. But there were so many conversations that we all had that were so important. And even this past episode, I talked about my grandma because I was channeling her. And both of my grandmas passed away like 4 years ago, within 3 months of each other. And how important she was to me. And it's also ironic that I go home on a old lady challenge and I get back and my dad's like, oh yeah, this is the anniversary that your grandma passed away. So it's not an odd moment. It's not an odd moment because everything happens for a reason. So in that moment, I needed to be with my family for that. And I didn't even realize that it was that week. And I was extra emotional that week in general. So I need to be with my family so that I feel like that's kind of my solace for me going home when I went home.
We talk. You're mentioning family and relationships and stuff like that. Let's talk about chosen family. Obviously, you build stronger bonds with some of the girls, maybe the whole cast. Is there someone that you're really close to? Would you say you're close to all the girls? And is there someone that you don't? And of course,
hold on. One thing
and of course, is there someone that you're not too close to?
Perfect.
That's what she was waiting
I guess
for.
one thing, to answer one of the questions earlier, one thing that I regret the most is not getting close to this one from the very beginning. This bitch is honestly one of my best friends today. I love her so much. She's so supportive. She tells me that I'm the best thing that's ever happened to her life. Just kidding. No, I'm kidding.
The nightmare of my life.
I bought it for a second. I was like, oh, that's so nice.
No, it is Robin. I'm just really sad that we didn't get a lot of moments on the show.
Bitch, if we would have got closer, it would have been over for these hoes. No, but honestly, we all get along, but I am definitely the closest to this bitch. Literally, when we were done filming, I visited this bitch in Nashville on secret, because we weren't supposed to know each other, for like almost a week. She has a very nice house. She has 2 lovely dogs that I'm stealing.
I'm not rich,
well, now
it's cheap
3,
in Nashville.
But now I'm stealing those dogs because they're so cute.
But then the second question, who do you not get along with the most?
That you just don't really, maybe you didn't connect, you guys don't really chat as much?
A jewel tone.
I mean,
yeah.
we honestly all do get along, but there are people that I don't text outside of our group chat. It's going to be Mistress and Lux. What? What's
is that
no,
just 'cause
not
we're
for
busy?
any reason. It's just that I just don't connect with the two of them. Also, during the show when we were taping it, I felt very, what do you call this? Very intimidated by Mistress because she was an instigator. She loved to provoke a lot of the dramas, and so I tried to stay away as much as possible because I was already dealing with my anxiety and I did not want to deal with any of her drama. No. I honestly was just like, no, please don't come right next to me. No.
I mean, there wasn't anybody that I steered clear of, and
Lies.
that's not a lie. That's not a lie. There wasn't anybody that I steered clear of, and even to this day, there's nobody that I just don't like. I think that some connections are just stronger than others, and to my benefit, but also to my detriment, I had many bitches that I already knew going into the competition. So the Jax, the Amethyst, the Lucy, I talked to them the majority of the time, which was a comfort, but also a hindrance in getting to know everybody else.
Yes.
So.
Speaking of Amethyst,
She
No.
Naysha, she wrote a note right here. It said, "Tell Robin she is nasty, rude, and unprofessional."
and she would be correct. And she would be correct. No, I'm kidding.
We did talk about the narrative that your relationship played on the show. Do you think that got played up? Do you think it got too much significance?
It did. It's not even something that I wanted to directly talk about on the show. This is no shade to Spice, and I love that bitch. I told Spice that off camera, and then she brought it up in the Untucked the first day. So when y'all see me go, it was because I'm like, bitch, I told you that in confidence. Don't be talking about it. But that is why it was even spoken about. Me and her, and like she said, it wasn't super deep. When I say dated, it's not like, oh, we're going out, like, oh, this is my good Judy, because no. It was made bigger than what it was.
It was just a brulu.
What the fuck does
No,
that
actually,
mean?
it was a swipe right.
She's trying to do the
It
Grindr
started on
sound.
what is it?
Tinder.
That one. It was a
Tinder.
swipe right. What sound does Tinder make when you?
I don't know. Huh?
It don't make no
Tinder
sound.
don't make a sound,
That's
right?
that's so
They're
sad.
boring.
That's so sad. They need to add a sound.
Yeah, Amethyst was a lot of fun last week. She cleared up some things, so.
To her.
We're just
To
making
her.
sure that,
To her.
you know.
Y'all are on the same
It all
page.
is on the same book, bitch.
All right, we're going to take this opportunity to say thank you to YouTube and all of our viewers that subscribe and watch us. Thank you so much. We're going to take this opportunity as well to send our little shout-outs to everyone that does watch. Our first shout-out is going to go, this is a huge shout-out to the Colas Laboratory in Sheffield, UK. They are working on cancer research. They are working...
Brain tumors.
Brain tumors from cancer, that are cancer. If you let me fucking talk. Anyway, they are working on cancer research. They're working against brain tumors, and they actually listen to us every Monday morning. So thank you so much for listening to us while you're doing that hard work. I'm sure to keep focused while listening to our beautiful voices.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday to y'all.
We want to shout out to Adriano in Australia.
A big shout out to Dominic and Eric in Germany. Hi.
We want to say hello to Heaven in Los Angeles.
Hello to Chardonnay in Lima.
Hey Johnny in California.
What's good, Shelly and Brittany all the way in Minnesota.
I want to say what's good, Nunu in DC.
We want to say hello to Luca in Australia.
Hi, Lincoln in the UK.
Hello to Hermes in Berlin.
And a happy birthday to Jilly in Okinawa, Japan.
And last but not least, let's give it up for Morgan in Atlanta. We love to hear from you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in and commenting. Keep commenting, and the shout-outs will keep coming. At this point, we are going to do a little Q&A, if you will. And just to give, so we don't have the same bullshit from last week, the Q&A, if you have a microphone in front of you, you are able to ask a question. If you don't, you keep quiet. Now, there's a whole other side of the bar that you could go get a cocktail, kiki, and do the most. But what we're going to do here is respect our guests, and we're going to listen to their answers and ask questions and have a good time. Yay? Awesome. Let's get this started. Oh, we also have goodies for our
me too.
people.
I'm going to sit up here this week.
Oh, nice. So we have these House of Love undies that the pit crew wears. So we're gonna hand these out as
They have been
goodies.
worn by every pit crew member.
We have some
they're
fans. Thank you so much for RuPaul's Drag
These
Race
are
and
used,
House of-
correct? Because those are the only ones we want. No, I'm kidding.
So,
so
shout
cute.
out to House of Love. Thank you so much for sending and.
Yeah.
Bitch, those House of Love cocktails
Just
are good,
raise
and
your
I'm not paid
hands,
to say that. They
think
are
of the
good.
context of your question, and let's keep them
Yeah.
lighthearted, okay?
And while they
everyone?
do that, I want to remind all of you that next week we'll have Mistress Isabella in the house, as well as
Brooks.
Lawrence Cheney and Brooklyn Heights.
Heights.
Better tell her to do the RuPaul laugh again.
She will.
All right, so we're going to start right here. I'm going to make my way this way. Caramel be on that side. Come on up, lovely.
Hi, everyone.
Your name, where you're from, and your question.
My name is Kaylani. I'm from New York, but I stay in Chicago. And my question is for Robin. How did you become a part of the House of Heart?
So, I have a very large drag family, and House of Heart is an addition to the amazing love that I have as well. I did a digital show during the pandemic that Mo was doing on the internet, and then she came to one of my home bars in Connecticut, and we finally met in person and actually had interactions. I lived for her, she lived for me, and then she's like, I want to make you my daughter. And I'm like, I have a drag mom, but if y'all are cool, like co-parenting, I am so down for House of Heart, because bitch, I live for you. And then the rest is her story, honey.
Lovely. We have a question over here, divas. Hey, what's your name, babe?
I'm Ben.
Ben, who's your question for?
For Robin. Oh yeah, double whammy. So I'm the biggest Karen Huger fan, La Dame's Rise. And I absolutely love that you did her justice. But I know that I think Rue wasn't super familiar, and some other people tragically aren't familiar with her beauty. So what was that decision like for you to choose someone who's a bit more niche, though absolutely delightful?
For me, people have done Housewives on the show. People have done people that nobody knows on the show before. The decision was not for Rue, it was for me, even though Rue is judging it. I was most comfortable doing Karen Huger. Like I said, my backup was Northwest. That wouldn't have went well at all. And then my other backup that I actually talked about on the show was Jackie Harry, and I didn't know enough of her references to even attempt a Jackie Harry. So I did what was best for me, and I did Karen. And I got to meet that bitch. So, Karen, not to call you a bitch, I mean that in the best way. You were amazing. But yeah, we love Karen. She's my favorite housewife.
All right, we have another one right over here. Name, where you're from, and your question.
Hi, I'm Kyle. I'm from Chicago, and questions for Robin. Were there any specific runways or looks that you were really excited to show that you didn't get to, and what's the inspiration and story behind them?
I can't tell you the inspiration or story behind it because it's the next runway. That one was one of my favorite runways. They wanted to see something different from me, something that wasn't safe for me, and my next runway for me was different and not necessarily safe. And I was really excited about that one. So tune in to next episode of RuPaul's Drag Race, Friday on MTV.
Wait, will we possibly get it in the background of your What's Your Packin'?
I don't remember.
Okay,
Bitch,
you
weren't
you
even
there for
there.
I helped you choose
This
those
bitch
three
was the
looks.
director of my What You're Packing. I don't know.
Okay, we'll see.
I don't know. I forgot.
Our next question's right over here. What's your name, diva?
Diane.
All right, Diane, who's your question for?
It's really for both of them. Aura, hi.
Hi.
But I'm sure you get asked this every time. But when you're doing the runway and the judges are there, are they actually doing the snarky remarks to you? Or is that filmed afterwards?
That is my favorite part of the runway. I love a dad joke, but they did do it there.
Yeah, we do the runway twice. So we do it once with music, and then the second time around, totally quiet, and you can hear the judges do their little puns. Yep.
The curtain has been pulled.
Go ahead, Naysha.
Question, your name and where you're from.
Hi, my name is Rachel, and I'm from Chicago. And while, Robin, you're gorgeous, my question is for the aura. So, babe, tell me your first experience with makeup and what inspires your gorgeous look. Love you.
Fuck you, bitch.
Okay.
That's
you know each other?
Yes, we do.
I was like, I hope you know her, or that's how the hate starts online, girl.
That's one of my best friends from college. To give it up for Rachel.
I'm like, this bitch is real extra.
She is real
they better know each other.
I had no experience doing makeup whatsoever. I did drag after college, but when we were in college together, I saw her playing with her little makeups, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cute. Whatever you're doing, can I do your makeup for you? And she's like, sure. And she had this palette, I think it was Urban Decay, and I went in and the black, naked palette, whatever, girl. and I literally just went in on the black color ones, and I just started drawing things on her eyes, and she started looking like a raccoon. But thank you for letting me practice on you. And then I figured out what not to do afterwards, yes.
And I must say, before we go to the next question, I mean, not that it doesn't in person, but on camera, your makeup looks stunning. Oh my God, it looks so good, Aura.
Thank
it's
you.
a lot of practice, a lot of practice.
Robin, Aura, I have a group of questions over here, so just keep coming back to me when you'll go back to Naysha. All right, we'll start here. What's your name, babe?
Hi, my name is Eric, and this question is for both of you. We've seen a lot of drag queens collaborate with other artists. Who would you like to collaborate and why?
Beyonce.
Beyonce. You said God.
Beyonce. Hi, I am buying a Renaissance ticket. I know they're expensive as hell, but I'm giving you my dollars, Beyonce. I'm here.
No, same answer. And we are both going to the Renaissance concert together in Nashville. Hey!
We have one right over here.
Thank you. First and foremost, I want to say thank you to the 5 queens on stage for sharing your stories tonight and letting us being a part of that. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
My question's for Aura. Sugar or spice?
Wait, let's get more detailed. Like, do you mean friends or do we mean like...
Nope, just sugar and
Yes, all of it.
All of it?
She knows what I mean.
Oh.
No, at first I couldn't tell them apart, honestly. Yeah, I couldn't tell them apart until I started seeing their runaways every week. I was like, one's pink and one's black. Got it. So Spice is the black one. So anyways, I will have
Spice
to say...
is white.
Spice. Anyways, I'm going to have to say Spice, because Spice was actually in every challenge that I did. She was in my group every time. If you guys noticed that. She was in my group every single week.
Okay, throwing it
Sugar's
back
cute, though.
right over here. Diva, what's your name?
Hello, I'm Linda. This question is for Aura. Full transparency, we are friends.
Yes.
But I know that you were going to wait to audition for the show until you felt you were ready. So what made you decide this year was your year?
The fact that I decided to do drag full time. I quit my day job last year, and I started doing drag full time at Play Dance Bar. And then so I thought to myself, if I already am taking this risk to do drag as my full-time career, then why not audition for the show? So 4 months later, after I got hired at Play, I auditioned for the show and I got the call. And that was my first time auditioning ever. And Play hates me for that because they just hired me and then I went to tape the show and then I had to leave. But thank you guys so much for the opportunity if you guys are watching. Thank you.
Are you still at Play, by the way? Oh, I'm back here. Are you still at Play, by the way?
Yes. We still have, we have a contract there, and I do have another year, but they do save that spot for me. My vanity is still there. So I'm going to be traveling when I don't have a gig. I'm back at Play performing.
Nice.
Okay, I just want to piggyback off of that question while we're still here. Do you think that you have, well, obviously you're still in the competition, but do you think that you have been given a fair chance this time around, or do you think you should have waited maybe for next year due to your injury?
It wasn't just my injury. I think that played a little bit of a part in my performance on the show, but I think it was more of my mental health. I thought I was ready to be on the show, but really when I got there, I was like, holy fuck. Nothing can prepare you for it. Honestly, I don't know about you, but right when I walked in, anything that I prepped for, throw in the garbage.
No, definitely. When I did my interview with Joey Noble, I was like, if I had to give myself any advice, I would give the Karate Kid advice of be the blade of grass when the wind is blowing. The blade moves, but it's still the blade of grass. I was not able to get out of what I thought it was going to be.
I wanted to be inspired by that quote, but I didn't understand.
It means
what about the grass?
It means be malleable. When the wind blows, the wind is the challenge, and you are the grass blowing with the challenge, but you're still standing and not blowing away like a leaf.
Cute.
Hell yeah.
That means take
It's-
risks.
I promise it's sage advice.
Our next question's right over here, divas. What's your name?
Hi, my name is Michael. I just want to say you guys are like so beautiful. And I just want to say real quick, Aura, being a Filipino American, like you don't know how much like it means to someone like me, not just being one, but two Asian queens like representing like our ethnicity. Like I look up to you so much, so thank you for that. Like I am so proud to be Filipino and seeing that on TV.
Proud, thank you.
And my question is for both ketchup and mustard. What's the like? What's the fit inspo for tonight?
Okay, this was actually one of the runways that they canceled. Is that NDA? No, right?
Yep, you just broke it.
I just said it. No, this was one of the runway.
They got canceled, meaning it's
got
never going to
canceled.
be seen, right?
Never gonna be seen.
Yeah, that's fine.
This was monochromatic. I picked red, she picked yellow. We brought it to the show, and they said we're not using any of those, so we wore this for press week. And didn't know she was gonna wear this for press week, but we were in the same group together. So every interview that we did, I said to the directors, please do not sit me by Robin.
Okay, but bitch, we look sick together. We are the condiments at every single fast food chain.
Yeah, we love it. We love it. It's cute. That's the inspiration. It was a runway.
I have a question right over here, all the way in the back over here to your right back here. Okay, here we go.
Hi, I'm Andy. I'm from Minneapolis. I drove here 6 hours today to see you all because you're all fabulous, and I watch you every week.
Thank you.
Correct.
And I have to say, you all look like more beautiful in person than on my TV screen, which you look
Correct.
beautiful on as well. But my question's about energy, because like just being in this room, I think the one thing that's just beautiful about drag is the amount of love, and I just really appreciate that you both shared like so vulnerably about your stories. Like I was so close with my grandma as well, so I really connected with that, and we don't always get to see that on the show, like get that kind of connection. So my question is about energy. So you have a lot of energy coming your way now that you've like gone from being just performing in your city to now like millions of people know you. So like how do you deal with just the amount of energy that's coming your way, both negative and positive?
Well, first of all, he said he can travel. Maybe not host, but he can travel.
Okay.
He got 6 hours over here. But But for me, it was turning off notifications. Like, you don't realize how much you need a social media break until your whole life is social media. So for me, it did not take long. Even though I wasn't getting like a bunch of like negative energy, just the overload of it, I needed to turn it off so I wasn't consistently checking everything.
I think it's easier said than done when people say don't look at the bad comments, only look at the the wonderful comments that your supporters are sharing or posting on your stuff. But as an artist myself, I can't speak for everybody, but I do care about what people think about my art. Is that weird to say, right?
No.
I don't think it is, but what I do try to do is just ignore anything that I see. She taught me how to not get notifications when I get tagged, because the past few weeks I've been getting tagged a lot, and it hasn't been a great experience online for me. But I do have a lot of supporters that I focus on as well. But yeah, I mean, I'm a person. I do get hurt by a lot of things that people say. Sometimes I try to ignore it, but once you open Instagram or Twitter, once you click that notification button, especially if you're tagged online, you will see it. But yeah, I've had so many experiences worse than this in my life. I can do this. I'm a strong person, and you know what? Fuck the haters. Fuck them.
Absolutely.
They can't do any of the things that we do here. But if they do, okay, cute. Go on.
No, still fuck you.
Still fuck you.
Our next question's right back here. What is our name?
Hey everybody, my name is John. I live literally 2 doors down, so I'm very happy to be here. My question is for...
Privilege.
Woo! Who are you taking home? Just kidding.
My question is for Aura. Aura, when you first met your man, were you in or out of drag?
No, that was back in 2017. I actually hasn't started doing drag yet. But he's been a very, 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 very supportive of me. He was actually one of the people that pushed me to audition for the show, pushed me to quit my day job and do drag full time because he's seen me go through life. I was so depressed. I just didn't know what would make me happy. I wasn't happy in the office. I wasn't happy at home. It could affect. It was also affecting my relationship with him. But when he sees me on stage, he sees me so happy and so inspired and so motivated. So he was one of the reasons why I decided to do drag full time. So love you. Thank you.
And I'm just gonna piggyback.
He's getting hard.
I'm just gonna piggyback off of that. I met Aura. We like swapped. I moved to Chicago and she moved to Nashville, but we did a brunch together. And this bitch is a powerhouse performer. There's a reason that she is on Drag Race. It's because she can perform, and Robin as well. So make sure you guys stick around. We're gonna be performing at 10:30 tonight, all 5 of us. So come see these girls throw down on this stage.
Please stay. Please stay.
All right, I have a question for you, ladies, right over here.
Hi, ladies.
Let's kill this. Love. Oh my God, the hearts.
I'm Cole or Sticky. I've been doing drag in Boston for about a year now. And it does feel like every other person does drag these days. How do you handle more established queens sort of gatekeeping in local communities?
Whoa! I don't know what the fuck goes on in Boston, bitch. Where you're from, y'all need to sit down and have a conversation. But that don't happen here in Chicago.
We cut that off a couple years ago.
We cut that out a couple years ago. But how about in Nashville and in...
I was... Like Boston, the areas around, not that people in Connecticut gatekeep, but there's only so many bars in Connecticut to perform at. So it's really one about showing up to the places that do. You're not going to get booked if people don't know who you are, or it's very much out of sight, out of mind kind of thing. But also, you have to go where there might not necessarily be drag. Start your own brunch at a place. There are so many bitches who should not be hosting a show that host a show at some random brunch, at some random restaurant, but bitch, they are getting their money and living their best life. What?
You're so true. You had never lied.
What? That's not a read. They are going for what it is that they want. So you have to go for what it is that you want. And if you don't have a space where you are, go someplace where they are going to give you a space. And even for me, I also work in New York, which is a 2.5-hour drive for me. But I want to do drag. I want to perform. I want to make money doing the thing that I love. So I'm willing to go outside of where I'm so that I can do what I want to do.
I agree with Robin.
Well put.
To piggyback off that, because we, in Chicago, we had a huge thing kind of happen here with gatekeeping. And someone that's new, and everyone here, I promise you, and if you guys haven't, then we're pretty blessed. But I'm almost positive to say that we have all taken a free booking, that we have just worked for tips at one point. You have to humble yourself and understand that you are just starting. Create a space. You go to the bar and you say, let me work. Let me work for free. I'll work for tips. Then, once you realize your value, that's when you come back and say, I'll work, but I work for this much.
Yeah.
But if you don't come and work and show your talents, they're never going to just come chasing after you to come work. So make sure, like she said, create that space.
And
okay?
also make sure that you're supporting those spaces that are already there
Absolutely.
in your local area, for sure.
And it's like with drag, with artistry in general, nothing is promised. You're not promised tips. You're not promised to get paid. You're not promised to get a gig just because you show up in a wig and a lash. So if you are doing it for those reasons, it might not be the best of reasons, but if you're doing it because you just love it, then you're doing it for the right reasons.
Well put. Our next question's right over here. What's your name?
My name is Andres. Hi. Aura, don't worry about the accent. We are beautiful. And
you're
that's
beautiful.
Our plus. Then, my question is for basically every drag. As an artist, do you start with a concept, a vision, besides the LGBTQ plus, I don't know if I ended up right. I didn't.
Did they start with a what?
Like with a mission and a concept as an artist for their own drag.
For your own persona as drag, or for your own persona in your drag, did you have like a mission, or was there just something, a concept that created Robin or that created Aura?
I think it just came to me. Once I put that wig on, you know how what they say when you put a wig on, your personality just totally changed? Right? Have you guys ever done that when you put a wig on or put lipstick on? You're just like, yes, mama, I'm a fucking slay tonight. No, but I do have a background in musical theater, so I do love acting, characterization, and stuff like that. So when I started doing drag, I wanted to create a character that was very close to my heart. I wanted to do something very Filipino. That's why I don't know if you guys recognize this, but this is a Filipiniana. This is a traditional silhouette of the Philippines. And so I wanted to do something like that, very Filipino. And I wanted to do something also very unique. I didn't see a lot of people wearing gray hair, and I love watching anime. And every time I see, is it an albino? They say albino characters, right? When they have like white hair. When I see like a character that has white hair, I'm totally like, that's totally my character. So when I did build my drag, I was like, she has to be Filipino. She has to be like this gray hair. And every time I see like a character online with gray hair, they're totally like related to the moon. That's why I was like, okay, Filipina moon goddess then. Here we are. Robin Fierce is just fucking fierce. She just wants to be fierce.
I love a powerful woman, and I feel like my drag amplifies that. Like Angela Bassett in Black Panther, that's fully where my drag resides. Just that essence of bad bitchery, and that's something that I always wanted to show and share, no matter what it is that I did with my drag.
Gorge, I have a question right here.
Hi, my name's Sangria Wine. I'm from Chicago as well. First off, Aura, I want to commend you because being first generation, seeing you be so open about your heritage, being so proud right now, even saying how you build that into your drag, that's what I do as well, and I just love you so much for that. This question's for like both of y'all. What was your favorite moment during filming Drag Race that the cameras didn't get?
For me, I know y'all saw Anitra being hilarious in her talent show as well as being fierce, but me and Anitra have a very similar sense of humor, and we had so many little moments on the show while we were just eating lunch, just going back and forth with each other that I live for. So that's something that wasn't even filmed, but I lived for.
Oh, I know one. It was...
Oh, wait. If we're talking about the same thing...
It was because of this. So Untucked after the metallic runway. you guys don't, have you guys had this?
Strong as fuck.
It's so fucking strong. And I had one
Not
can.
that one, not that one.
This one's non-alcoholic, but the alcoholic ones are very, very strong. So I was so delusional. I thought I was going to be at the top that episode. And I was like, holy shit, fuck this shit. I wanted to be on top. So I started fucking drinking. Robin started drinking and finished the can. Marsha over there in the corner started drinking and finished the can. And you know what happened?
Bitch, we were lit. Me and Mistress are over here like, oh, look at all these flavors. We want to try every single one. Bitch, we tried every single one. By the time it came to the runway, me and Marsha was holding on to my fucking spear for dear life, trying not to pass the fuck out
And,
while these bitches were lip-syncing for their life.
Falling on the floor. And then Maren Morris showed up, and I was so drunk, and she wanted to give me a shout out because she was also from Nashville. So she walked there and sat down. And she was like, "I heard there's a queen here from Nashville." She pointed at me like, and I said I was so fucked up. I was like, I didn't know what to say. I was so drunk. And then after that day, I was like, fuck. She hates me. What did I do?
I live. Our next question is right over here, divas. Go ahead and stand up for me. What is your name?
My name is June. I'm from Chicago, and you both look beautiful. I'm kind of sad that I don't get to see Robin anymore in the show. We are falling in love with you while we're listening to you. You both are, amazing, and you have a good heart, I can tell, And my question is for Aura. I was kind of upset.
Robin, you're beautiful. You're very eloquent.
But fuck you, bitch.
Very well spoken.
I need to talk to Aura.
But Aura.
And I love you, Aura. And I feel what you're saying about English as a second language. I always, even as a nurse practitioner, I always second guess my English while even talking to the patients. It's always that confidence issue that we have. And it's hard to overcome. I feel like I have, but it's hard. Now, my question is, I was kind of upset that no queen from Chicago showed up. And we know you are from Chicago because you got the heart. Why you represent Nashville, not Chicago?
Because she lives there. That's where she stays.
Baby.
She said she represents the Philippines and she stay in Nashville.
Philippines in Nashville. No, Chicago. Chicago has a very, very, very special place in my heart. I grew up here. I started drag here. I met so many wonderful people who are here tonight with us, supporting me here. No, but yeah, I have to. I live in Nashville. Can you imagine? I've been living there for 2 years and it said Chicago.
Now, let me ask you this.
Would they
though.
say something?
I was just going to ask.
Like
yeah,
a
did
playmate.
they tell you? They're like, you'll be the Nashville queen? Or did they say, did they give you the option?
No, they didn't give me the option. I think it's just based off of where you live. Yeah. So I live in Nashville now.
Okay. I got
and
one.
I'm very thankful for Nashville. I love them.
Hi, my name's Dan. I'm from Connecticut, and my question is for Robin. I know you mentioned that you went to Nashville to visit Aura. If Aura was to visit you in Connecticut, where's one place that you would take her?
A bathhouse.
Baby, we don't have bathhouses in Connecticut. No. That was
We have one here in Chicago.
Sorry to disappoint you. Oh, are we going after? No, we're not. No, okay. There's this pizza place in West Hartford called Sparrows. They're very good. It's like a gourmet pizza, a thin crust pizza. You can get sauce with it, bitch. It's good as hell. I go there probably once a week and get my whole entire life. I get the ruby with pesto sauce on it and then dip it in a little truffle sauce. Ooh, it's good. It's good. Any excuse to talk about food for me is the way to go.
Okay, our next question is right over here, divas. Stand up for me. And what is your name?
Hi, my name's Lily. I'm from Chicago. My question is, I think this was asked last week, but what judge did you feel gave the best critiques and which one gave the worst?
Who were the judges last week?
RuPaul, Michelle.
Not who were the judges.
Ross, Carson.
No, I mean who was the guest judge?
No, just out of every week.
I was very scared to meet Michelle and be read to filth by Michelle, but she was actually very helpful with her critiques. She was very harsh, but very sweet about it. Isn't that weird? You sucked today, but I know you can do better. But they will cut that part. They will just show you sucked today.
Very matter of the fact.
No, Michelle is.
Yeah.
I love Michelle.
I have to agree. Michelle, for me, is the best judge. I feel like if you're scared of Michelle's opinions, you're just scared to get critiqued. She gives the most constructive critiques to me. And honestly, RuPaul and her were giving me the same advice, but RuPaul was saying it in a more roundabout way. So the whole season, RuPaul was giving me advice. So the whole season, she was saying that I was very reserved, which was her way of saying that I'm being safe. But then Michelle just was like, bitch, you're being safe. Get into it. So, yeah.
All right, we only have a couple minutes, so we're gonna try to do this one, and then I have one over here, I think, and so let's try to quick answer so we can get at least both of them in.
I'll make this really fast. Hi, this question is for Aura Mayari, but Robin, I would love if you answered it as well. Aura, I heard you have
Robin,
a background
you're here too.
in
No, kidding.
theater, so I have to know, High School Musical 1, 2, or 3?
We're soaring, flying. There's not a star in heaven that we can reach. If we High School Musical 1.
Okay. Robin.
What the
Girl, I think I was graduated. I got my PhD when that bitch came out.
What happened right now?
I don't know that part.
Robin, no matter
and
what
for me, High School Musical,
There-
none. I
and there were
hated
3
High
of
School
them.
Musical. The only reason I watched High School Musical was for Zac Efron.
Okay, so we have this last question, really quick one.
Aura, as your fraternity brother,
Ooh.
and your membership educator, what was the most valuable thing you learned from being an ATO that you brought to Drag Race?
If you're from ATO, make some noise.
Damn, you brought all the fraternities
They're
here.
gay. They're gay.
Yeah, I was gonna say that sounds like a bunch of women.
I'm just kidding. They're wiped up. What was the question? what did I
was the most
learn?
valuable lesson you learned?
What helped you get ready for Drag Race? Like, what did you
I've
learn
met so many different people, like in a fraternity with like different backgrounds, and I was, I was really scared to be in that fraternity because of the masculinity that everyone was trying to show off, but I put them into their place, and I did help them out with a lot of the girls. So no, but I think it's the social skills, I guess, and meeting different types of people and trying to get to know them. And
Now,
yeah.
my question: did you fuck any of your fraternity?
No,
brothers?
not my fraternity brothers, but
the other fraternities.
Yeah.
Okay, work.
Not gonna do.
Okay, on that note, we have about 30 seconds before this Untucked begins. Are we having a good time? Yes? Gorgeous. YouTube, again. Batty, if you could only see yourself on that screen right now, you look so
Bitch, my
entertained.
favorite moment of Batty is when she was off to the side last week and then she just pops in
Yeah.
real quick. I watched it, I'm like, this is going to be a meme.
I wanted to sit this week because I did so much last week.
Okay, yeah, don't forget that we're performing at 10:30 p.m. Stick around. It's going to be a great time. And, of course, those on YouTube, if you have not subscribed to our channel, please go ahead and do so right now. Subscribe. And don't forget to comment and leave a nice
Yeah, and
comment.
also get our merch at Drag Queen Merch, Roscoe's.com. You can also get my merch at Drag Queen Merch. I just wanted to plug that. Stand up. Stand up and look right there. Yes. Get your Batty Davis merch. I love you guys.
All right, we're going to take a photo real quick. Let's all look at Sean, and then we're going right back to the show.
Oh,
Baby,
Marsha,
yes.
Marsha.
This
Untucked
we
just
wanted.
started, bitch.
Let me
It
ask
just
you
started.
this. Let me ask this. Has she been problematic in more ways?
Wait, who?
Marsha. No, because I feel like last week she didn't give Spice, the Sugar and Spice, the credit that she deserved. And then now this week she's saying that. So I was just curious, is she kind of like in between, or like is she a shit starter, or is she just kind of sit back and then throw it at the fire? Do you know what I'm saying?
I think in general, Marsha's very PC. Like, I wouldn't say that she is problematic at all.
I'm curious because
she just has her opinions, and some people have different opinions than that, and that's kind of some people's issues. But I didn't see her as like the button pusher.
Okay. And not to take away from how Malaysia was feeling, because she said she felt bullied. However, I do think Lux and Mistress were just very firm and kind of steamrolled the conversation, saying, we're not budging. Is that how it came off in the moment for both of y'all as well?
I thought they were. I really thought they were joking, so I wasn't taking any of it seriously. If you guys saw it, I was just sitting there like, "Are we really for real fighting about this?" I wasn't sure at one point if it was real or not.
When did you know? Was it Sasha or Malaysia that got serious first?
I think Untucked is when I realized that it was serious because they would bring it up again when we come back. Yeah.
Yeah, and for me, Mistress and Lux are always joking about something, and you think they're serious, but they're not. You never know when they are doing a thing and when they're not. And they play the game very well, so it's kind of like if you take it seriously, you're playing into whatever it is that they might be doing that they're just joking about.
Sometimes the games are annoying though. I gotta say that because we were already super fucking like anxious and scared about the things that's about to happen, and then you see those two just playing their games in the back and trying to spark like some stupid drama. So I tried to stay away from that as much as possible. That's why I didn't vibe with Mistress.
So would you guys say, like, would you agree with, bully, would you say that was the right right term to use? Like, you're being a bully right now.
I don't think it was right or wrong. It's how she felt, so it's how she felt. And I don't mean that like shady, but
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
it's how she felt. And I wasn't there. This is my first time seeing it, so.
And
would have been nice, but.
Well, speaking of first time seeing it, when y'all are not in the Untucked Lounge and y'all are on the Runway, or vice versa, how is it seeing the conversations that are being had, either in the workroom or the praise and critiques that are being given on the Runway when y'all are not present?
It's awesome. No, I find it very entertaining because we do wonder what's being said on the main stage. And then we also do talk about like the possibilities of like who's going to be at the top and who's going to be at the bottom. So it's really interesting seeing that. Also, what's very interesting to me is seeing confessionals because we're all like very friendly to each other in front of each other. And then last week, Spice,
no
or 2
recording
weeks ago,
babes.
Spice was like, "Oh, Aura should go home." I was like, "Bitch, you lied to me because I did ask her off camera. I was like, who were you talking about? And she's like, I wasn't talking about you because you're already in the bottom. It's like, I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about Amethyst. That's what she said. And then I saw the confessionals during that time, and I said, oh, she did lie. But then me and her are good friends. We don't care what we say about each other. Sometimes after taping confessionals, we would tell each other like what we told the producers. Like, girl, I said this about you, and we laugh about it. We're fine, yeah.
And I mean, it's safe to say, like, I mean, you got to be a certain kind of way if you want camera time. You know what I mean? Like, you got, we had...
have to be the most?
Who's my favorite? Raja is someone that is my favorite in a confessional.
O'Hara?
I'm sorry? Yeah,
O'Hara.
Raja O'Hara. Yeah, because, she talks so much. She's on it all the time, and, she be talking some shit. But really quick, just a friendly reminder.
That was a great little bit.
That was pretty amazing, yeah?
I just said a bit.
A bit. Oh, there you go. The twins are rubbing up.
Sugar.
I just thought it was really interesting that Marsha said, I think it's really important that young people make space and what's for older people. And it's funny because you need to take into account that the space that you're sitting in right now, they created for you.
It's because of somebody else.
It's because of somebody else. So it's respect that they need to give those that have come, before us, opposed to, making space. No, respect those who came before you guys. You guys that were sitting there with them, how was the energy in the room? And
I feel like it was just a space of love and learning. For me, even though you might not see it, it was a very emotional moment for me. I think some of the most impactful moments of my life is when older queer people talk to me about their experiences, and those moments I always appreciate. Like, yeah, my family is getting used to it now. So speaking of the friend moment, yeah, my family are used to it now, and we're fine, we're cool, whatever. But it is being constantly chipped away at who you are and what it is that you want to do with your life is very hard. So our chosen family is very important to us. And me imagining not only my chosen family, but my family all leaving me right now, I could not imagine a moment like that because they are so important to me, and where I am today, I would not be here without my chosen family. Yeah. So that was a very hard moment for me, but an amazing moment to know how lucky we are as a queer people in 2023, even though we are still going through a lot of shit.
And I just feel like a lot of the younger generation forget about our history and our past. I feel like I've seen this like in the bars or in the clubs where a lot of the younger kids would look at a group of older people just like in the corner, just trying to enjoy themselves because this is the only time really that they could finally be themselves and be free just like us. And one of the reasons why we could do this openly is because of them. And I just wanted to remind a lot of the kids today that please respect these people that came before us because they're the reasons why we're here today. Honestly, yeah.
It's kind of, I think about it just like doing drag even, like not even just like about the culture aspect of it, but just like doing drag. Like there's so many things that are hands-on with drag, like, that you wouldn't get unless you were in a space with somebody doing drag and learning how it goes. So it goes the same thing with that. Like we all have had that one person that we were with that taught us something that is no longer here, and you hold those things very dear to you. And as you grow on with life, you'll have those experiences, and you younger kids will have that with someone maybe that's sitting in this room today that you can learn something from. So always just sit forward and pay attention and keep your feelers out, because you never know what's going on around you or who, who's going through what. Just to even have a simple conversation makes a lot.
Well.
We know how this shit's gonna go.
We do.
Yeah.
So, to turn it into a lighter note, what are some of your moments from Untucked, from a past season of Drag Race, that you really enjoyed or that stood out, or that you were hoping would happen during your season?
I'm like the worst with Drag Race trivia, so nothing comes to mind.
Well, let me ask you,
now.
well, you guys let that marinate really quick. Okay, so the first actual argument or a little bit of drama was this right now with Malaysia, right?
That we've seen.
That we've seen. That's what I'm getting at. Like, had there been any other blowouts before this, or like anybody that had really gotten into it, or was that like kind of the first one?
Not really. I think that was really the first drama or the first thing that we've ever had on the show. Yeah, we were pretty boring. We were very like friendly to each other until this episode. Yeah.
I think this episode was definitely a turning point where like tensions were the most high because I mean, we all know we're literally stuck in a hotel room for how many weeks. We can't escape these bitches that we just met, and sometimes we get sick of each other. And I think that was the moment where it's like the turning point of, okay, I get your humor, and okay, I don't get your humor, and I don't find it funny.
And it's so true what you said earlier, that it's not that anyone was doing bad. That's at this point, it's just someone did better. So I feel like this is right now, as people get eliminated, it's stronger and stronger competitors. You know what I mean?
And they're gonna, and then the cattiness is gonna come out.
Because even still, my team was on the bottom. I'm literally watching. I don't think I'm delusional. We did not do a bad job. They just did, like I said, a little bit better.
And add the aspect of not sleeping well, not eating on time, just the anxiety of it all, and just being like isolated from people.
Girl, my group went to bed at like 2:30 a.m. that day.
And then had to wake up at what time?
And had to wake up at like 6:30.
Well, let me ask you this. It's been a strenuous, competition for you. Let me ask both of you this. Would you go back and compete for All Stars?
I'm not going to say no, but not right now. No, I'm not over the trauma yet.
I actually, minus the stress, I really enjoyed the filming process.
I just like to ask, we like to ask because a lot of the girls, when they go back the second time, they have a little more of the aesthetic of how it goes, where to look in the camera and whatnot.
And I feel like we'd be more comfortable in front of the cameras. We didn't have to perform in front of the cameras, and we could just be our authentic selves. Like most of us have never been on a TV show before, or worked with a bunch of staff and crew with a bunch of cameras in front of you. So, yeah, I feel like for a second time around, I'd just be more comfortable and more, more me, more myself.
So this question is a little bit. Oh, we're back.
Oh.
Oh, that's a sign. Maybe I shouldn't ask that question. Please make some noise for Aura Mayari and Robin Fierce.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for coming and having a blast with us. We absolutely love having you guys here. But the night is not over. At 10:30 p.m., like we said, we will all be performing tonight. So make sure to stick around and come back at 10:30 p.m.
In addition to coming back, come back next week to see Mistress Isabel Brooks, Brooklyn Heights, and one more?
Lawrence Cheney!
Boom, boom, boom. Tickets are sold out, but standing room is available. And then...
And that's it. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Batty Davis. Thank you so much.
Yes. I'm Caramel DeVille. Hi and bye.
And my name is Naysha Lopez. Thank you guys so much for joining us. You guys have a good night. YouTube, good night.
Bye.